Hello, this is Gold River. Thank you for checking out my channel. This is a review of the Mobile Toys A-pillar for the F150. You're looking at a Audiofrog GB25 mounted in the A-pillar. Originally, I was going to try to mount that bad boy in the sail over here, but it just doesn't fit. Looked like it would fit. When you look at the speaker, here's the one that I need to mount on the other side, the Mobile Toys A-pillar, but let's turn this over and you can see the mid-range isn't that big. It's actually the same size as the stock tweeter which they left in. But that grill is quite large, and they've got 3 guys over there at Mobile Toys that have won installer of the year for various years, and they were all kind of competing, seeing if they could get this thing to fit. Nobody else had really tried it. They talked to Andy, see if they could resize the grill. Nothing worked, and I really wanted to have the grill because opening and closing this door, eventually I knew I would probably damage the driver if it didn't have a grill on it. So they said, well, we'll do you a favor. We'll give you the same price on an A-pillar as you did for the sale. And that was the reason I actually went for the sale in the first place, was because it was so much cheaper, you know, $350 versus over $1,000 for the A-pillar. So they made me this and put it in the A-pillar. I was hoping they would put the GB25 and my tweeter in there, because my original plan, if I jump over to the other side, was to put the GB10 in the stock location and then the 25 in the door and run the wires through the boot into the, through the hinge into the GB25. So obviously you had to basically switch them around. But I can't complain because they did give me a great price on the A-pillar, and this is a lot more money when you're talking about the cost of the panel piece that they use. You're not returning your pieces to them and they're modifying them. They're buying new stuff, which is actually good because you can put your truck back to stock. You can, if you sell your truck, put it back to stock, maybe sell the pieces and get some of that money back that you put into it. So it's nice that they do that. So that's kind of where I am right now, is really trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the tweeter. I think I'm going to put it in the sale and just have them make me sales to put the GB10 in there. GB10 smaller, it'll fit in there. So let's talk about the design of the Mobile Toys A-pillar. It's a little bit different than the stock one. It is not an F150 A-pillar that they use. And the reason I know that is because it looks different. You can see that we've got these holes here. This is the handle. This trim piece comes out and then bolts in. The bolts hold the handle and the A-pillar together, and you pop the trim piece back in. On this side, we have the stock A-pillar. We've got the little caps, pops open, and then revealing our bolt holes. And then if we look at the part number for this guy, it's a little bit different than the Ford one. It's 7803512. I threw that into Google and that came up as an Explorer, so that's probably what they're using is Ford Explorer. There's probably a reason for that. Maybe it's easier to mount speakers in it, and it's a little bit longer. It's 3/16 of an inch longer from that triangle point all the way to the furthest end, and that makes it have a little bit of a tighter fit. So it ends up being difficult to install, but it's not like you have to bend anything to get it in there, and your end result is you do have tighter tolerances. So just keep that in mind when you get these. I was really thrown off by the different look, the different model number. Got out the tape measure, I was measuring the differences, tried to get it to fit and I couldn't. And there's a trick to putting these on. And I emailed them and I said, hey, you sent me the wrong ones because this is an Explorer part number and it's a little bit different size. The handle's different. I was really discouraged. I was like, oh, I'm not going to get to listen to my stereo for a while. And it was just me not installing this correctly because it's tighter. It's not like the stock one where it just easily slides in and out. The trick is down here to get this point correct. Once you have that correct, everything else will fall into place. If this is off by a tiny amount and is not seated, and it's hard to see because you're down here in this corner, then it throws everything off up here. The bolt holes won't line up. Nothing will line up correctly. I had gaps down here. And I was just like, I can't get this to fit. But finally, it popped in, and I didn't know what happened, but it fit magically. So I took it off. So I was like, I got to figure out what is causing, you know, this to happen, and what actually made it pop in. And it was just getting this part to drop down and all the way forward. So this is kind of sitting, it's sitting next to the trim piece. So it kind of slots down below and a little bit next to it. So you do kind of you have to get that to drop in, basically. And once that drops in, you're good. Everything else is good. And you have those tighter tolerances from stock, slightly different handle. Sure, they have their reasons why they're using it, but it does fit, and you know, I finally got it to go. So I'm gonna bolt these up and set my crossovers, check these out, and hey, take a listen to them, and finish this up. But I guess let me show you the back and show you some more detail so you can see these a little better. They are using these typical connectors everybody likes. Not the best solder job on these. I mean, it's not like it's not gonna pass the signal, but not great when I pop this off to take a look at it. I would have liked to see them put some labels on here, maybe some tech flex, some heat shrink, dress this up a little bit, take 5 minutes, but it'd give you that extra level of quality, I think. So that's something I would improve on if I was them. This is not toilet paper or tissue. This is just the leftover from the fabric that the factory puts that goes from here to here. So you can see it's wrapped really well. It's glued down nicely. Looks good from, you know, the outside. Really like the shape they put on the speaker pod. So good stuff. I hope that was helpful. Again, be aware these are a little bit different than the stock ones, and I think that's the main point to take away. And when you put these things in, get that spot in there first. So Mobile Toys has a lot of stuff on their site. They've got under-seat subwoofers, A-pillars, obviously sail panels, and they sell Audiofrog. They've got some of the really the best prices on Audiofrog. Don't go to Crutchfield and pay their prices. And Mobile Toys even beat some of the other internet unadvertised prices. I shopped around a bit. So I recommend them. They have great customer service. I emailed them because I thought they sent me the wrong stuff, and you know, they explained, no, this is the right thing, you just got to work it in there. So I was finally able to get these to pop in. All right, that's it. Don't want to talk for too much. I'm going to go ahead and throw these bad boys on the other side. Take care. Hit the like button for me if you like this video.